Okay, this is Clay Bierman and welcome back to the channel. This is my DeWALT FLEXVOLT 60 volt 16-inch chainsaw unboxing and review. As you can see, I'm in my garage. My car's plugged in. That's my motorcycle. The box itself came in the mail essentially, so my local store didn't have one. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so I'm gonna open her up here. The first thing that's gonna come out of the top is the charger. So this comes with a charger, a 6 amp hour battery, and the chainsaw itself. So the charger is a standard DeWALT DCB 115 charger that comes with, I would assume, most DeWALT products. It came with my DeWALT drill set. Cardboard, don't need that. There it is, beautiful. Okay, manual, very important. Read the manual. Always read your manuals. If you know a lot about your product, you'll learn something you didn't know. And then figuring out this box, opening it up the rest of the way. Next thing I'm going to pull out is the 6 amp hour battery. Now, the advertisement or the product review or whatever says it came with a 2 amp hour battery, which I thought was kind of small, but it actually comes with a 6 amp hour battery, which I'm like, all right, great, bonus, whatever. So, hoping to get that out. Don't need that. And then it comes with a little red clip on top. I think it's for like safety reasons, not really sure. Again, don't care. I'm going to keep it just cause, but you just push down the button, take it off, and use your battery like you normally would. And then the next thing is a chainsaw, a little blurry there, sorry. All right, I'm excited, yay. It comes with the chain guard on, it comes fully assembled, which is nice. I did take the right side cover off so you can access the chain, and tension was good, you know, read your manual. Everything was good. Anyway, everything worked, came with it, there it is. There's what comes in the box, in the set. And the battery comes charged at that first bar. Usually the batteries not come fully charged, again, probably for safety reasons and shipping reasons. But the first thing you want to do with any of these battery products is take your charger out and charge the battery up to full before you use it. I always do. Just do that. So here, I know this outlet worked and I don't know what happened, but I couldn't get the charge, and I'm like, oh, maybe the charger's bad or something's not working right. So I went to another outlet, tried it there, it worked, and then I came back and it just wasn't fully seated or something, I don't know. Anyway, so bam, and then that blinking light means the battery is charging. And while it's charging, it would be a good time to read your manual. Now, the manual isn't that thick, it's just like in a lot of different languages, and each language is like 5 pages long, so doesn't take that long to read the nomenclature, know how to adjust your chain tension, know where to put the oil in, that kind of thing. Know how it works. You know, even if you think you know, it's just good to like scan over it and read. So you're gonna need to buy some bar and chain oil, and on the left side, that's where you put it in. Pretty simple, pretty standard. Just turn on its side. It opens in a half turn, and then the cap just pops out. It's dummy corded or dummy chained, or however you want to put it, so you can't just like lose it, just hang it to the side and carefully put your bar and chain oil in. Pretty simple. You can use a funnel if you want to, if you're real anal about these things, but I didn't. Just be careful and you shouldn't have any problem. What you want to make sure is you don't overfill it, because when you put the cap back in, if it's over full, it'll spill out the top. So I did do that, luckily. I mean, I've had experience with chainsaw in the past. And then just tighten down, put it down, make sure everything's good to go. Look at that. And then on the front of the chainsaw is a little window that shows your oil level, which is nice. This chainsaw does use oil pretty quickly, but I don't have any reference point other than my dad's old steel chainsaw, which I'll probably talk about a little bit later. But anyway, came back, the light's fully illuminated, it's not blinking anymore, which means the battery's fully charged. Time to test her out. So what's nice about these any electric tool really, is that they're not very loud compared to a gas powered tool. So you don't really need hearing protection. Now, if you're gonna be cutting a lot, I do recommend it, but you know, I'm just testing it out at this point, so I don't need it. So I just have some eye protection on, and I'm not cutting anything in my main garage. So, and there's a little zip tie over the trigger so you can't pull it. So I go get my knife and you can just cut that off with a knife or scissors or whatnot. Just be careful not to, you know, cut into your handle. Quality of the chainsaw is good. I like it. I mean, you're gonna be looking at about the same level of quality from any of these manufacturers that make these battery electric tools. I think I like DeWALT, and I don't know why, I just like DeWALT. So that thing I'm messing with now is the chain brake. It's a safety feature. When it's forward, the chain will not go and you cannot pull the trigger. Well, you can pull the trigger, but nothing happens. And then when it's back, is that when it's good to go. So. And then putting the battery in and testing it out. So you push the trigger release down and then just pull the trigger. And from what I can tell, there's about 4 speeds. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the noise it makes. And then we left trigger, the blade stops. So it's a nice safety feature. And then there's my son. He just woke up from nap. My wife got him up. I'm doing this on the weekend because I can't really, it's hard to do these things during the week. And now I'm out just cutting some limbs I accrued. And you want to wear steel-toe boots for safety and at the very minimum eye protection. Like I said, you can wear ear protection with these if you want, but they're not that loud, so you're not cutting that much. You use your discretion. Now with chainsaws, if you don't know, you want to make sure the blade does not get into the dirt or the stones or anything. You really don't want the chain cutting anything or touching anything besides the wood you're cutting. That's to keep your chain from getting dull. So it's a 16-inch blade. Like I said, the build quality is good. I like it. I've used it a few times now. Battery, it's just hard for me to say because I've never used the battery fully, but you can probably cut pretty hard for about 30 minutes before your battery's going to be depleted and you can recharge it. So if you're going to be cutting a lot in one day, you might need to go buy another battery and a faster battery charger. But for my needs, I have a kind of a semi-thick tree line that there's a lot to clean up in there. And this is really just campfire wood, and it's really another toy for me. But I grew up cutting wood, and I just wanted a chainsaw to be able to do some things that I can't normally do. So for my needs, this fits perfectly. It's definitely not an industrial level like cutting down redwoods or whatever chainsaw, but for my needs, it's fine. What else can I talk about? Yeah, so just like all battery electric tools, it's just so convenient. The chainsaw only runs when you pull the trigger. Like in a gas power, you left the trigger, the motor's still running, the chain might be running a little bit still, so it's actually a good safety feature too. When you left the trigger, the blade stops. It's not like locked into place, but it's not running anymore, it's not moving. A little slow-mo action here, pretty sweet. I mean, really what else is there to say? I mean, you do need bar and channel oil. You're going to, it seems to use it up pretty quickly, but I don't have a reference for that. I know my dad's gas power chainsaw, it was about 1 tank of gas per 1 tank of oil. So I don't know. But anyway, here, like, if the chain brake is forward, you can move the trigger, but it doesn't do anything. So you're not gonna like burn up your motor if you're an idiot and like you don't realize what's wrong. So almost done with this little wood cutting project. I probably cut for, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, and I'll show you where the battery was at when I was done. And it was October, but it's still like really hot, and I was like, oh man, gross. Right there, so there's 3 indicator lights, all 3 are still on, so the battery is still pretty good charge. It's not fully charged, obviously, anymore, but it's not like it's down to 1. If it was down to 1 light after that little bit of cutting, I would have been a little bit upset. So you just saw my little work area all cleaned up, little wood pile for campfires, put the battery back on the charger, blinking, charging back up, even though it says it's full, it's not completely full. So what you want to do is charge back up, take it off the charger, unplug the charger, and just let it go until next time you use it. And for the winter months, what you want to do is put your batteries in probably inside somewhere where it's not gonna be really cold. So, and then just my Cobalt weed whipper that I've had for 4.5 years. Same batteries, haven't had to replace anything for that. So same process. You just put the battery in, pull the trigger, and it cuts really well. So battery powered is for residential purposes. I don't know about for industrial because I don't work in that industry, but for residential purposes, battery powered is definitely the way to go. Don't have to mess around with mixing gas and oil and mess around with the smoky, noisy 2-stroke, small engine. But yeah, so That is my DeWALT FLEXVOLT 60 volt 16-inch chainsaw review. Again, it comes with a charger and 6 amp hour battery. Now you can buy the tool by itself if you already have, you know, DeWALT 60 volt batteries and charger probably, and you will save some money that way. But if you bought each thing individually, you would spend over $100 more than just buying the set with the charger battery that it comes with. So I hope you found this video good, helpful, and I will see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.